Hello students, welcome to Narayana online classes. Students, in this class, I want to discuss with you an assignment key with the help of some examples. First question students, insulin plays a major role in diabetes. Give reason. You know that if you take the insulin, insulin helps in the glucose metabolism. If suppose insulin is not there in our body, sufficient amount of insulin hormone is not produced, what will happen? Insulin is generally produced by, what is the endocrine gland which produces insulin? It's definitely pancreas endocrine gland. Pancreas endocrine gland generally produces insulin hormone, isn't it? So lack of insulin, it causes a disease called diabetic mellitus. So in this condition, in this diabetic mellitus conditions, what are the characters or what are the symptoms you can see in the patient? Those who are suffering with diabetic mellitus, the person has highest amount of glucose in the blood. There is a highest amount of sugar levels seen in the blood. Glucose levels are high in the blood. Okay. So in this case, what will happen, due to presence of highest amount of glucose or sugar levels in the blood, some body functions, some of the bodily changed functions are highly affected. Clear students? So in this case, what will happen, the person feels dizziness, laziness. At the same time, the patient may have some certain kind of abnormalities in the body. Clear students? Going for next question. Second one, why are some patients of diabetes treated by giving injections of insulin? What will happen, persons those who are suffering with diabetic mellitus, they will take artificial insulin through the injections. Okay. When insulin injection is given to the patient, what will happen, the insulin enters into the blood. In the blood, insulin react with the glucose which is stored in the blood. Now this glucose finally converted into glycogen by the liver. So insulin is converted into glycogen by the liver. So in this case, the insulin initiates conversion of glucose into glycogen in the liver. So liver stores the excess glucose in the form of glycogen. In the same way, the excess glucose in the blood will be converted into energy by the glycolysis process in mitochondria. Clear students? To initiate these kind of functions, an artificial injection is given. So in this case, the excess glucose or sugar levels generally comes to normal position when an injection is taken. So these are the uses of insulin injection what we are taking in our day-to-day life. Here, how does chemical coordination takes place in animals? The chemical coordination takes place by some certain kind of chemicals called as hormones. Clear students? These hormones control and coordinate with target tissues or organs. Organs are made up of target tissues. Organs are made up of target tissues. Anyway, all the animals have well developed endocrine system which produces hormones. This endocrine system which produces hormones responsible for control and coordination through the chemicals, and there is a well developed feedback mechanism. Feedback mechanism is seen in the animals, especially this kind of feedback mechanism you can see in the cockfight. During Sankranti festival, you might have seen the cockfight. The cocks are fighting to each other through a special kind of mechanism called as a feedback mechanism, which is influenced by the endocrine system of hormones. Clear, students? Going for fourth question. Which mechanism hormonal action is regulated in our body? Which mechanism of hormonal action is regulated in our body? So you know that the hormones are directly diffuses into the cells, diffuses into the cells. The cells are having receptors, okay, hormonal receptors. The cells are having hormonal receptors. This hormonal receptors receives these hormones and undergoes for some certain kind of biochemical reactions. You know that cells are having plasma membrane. Cells are surrounded by plasma membrane. This plasma membrane, which absorbs these hormones and allows into the cells. In the cells, there are hormonal receptors, which are proteinous structures, and receives these hormones and influence its functions. Anyway, any hormone it should be entered into the cells of particular organs or tissues. There only its functions will be started. Clear, students? Going for fifth question. Why does anger comes down? You know that a hormone, namely adrenaline and noradrenaline. Adrenaline and noradrenaline. What is the function of adrenaline? What is the specific function of noradrenaline? Adrenaline influences the anger movements. Noradrenaline suppresses the anger movements. Clear, students? And adrenaline, when its concentration increases in the blood, definitely the anger increases, the pressure, blood pressure increases. That is considered as an anger. When noradrenaline is secreted, the anger comes down. Okay, all these functions are under the control of hormones. Clear, students? This is an exciting assignment key. Remaining we'll discuss later. Until be safe. Thank you. Have a nice day.